All right.
Okay.
Yay, we're ready to go. Take a deep breath. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Did you push record?
Thank you so much for tuning in to Second Act TV. Today, our focus returns to getting fit after 50, and I am so thrilled to introduce you to our guest today. My friend, one of the biggest fitness gurus, certainly of our lifetime. Billy Blanks, you created one of the biggest fitness crazes in the 90s. You had such a huge impact on my life, which we'll touch on a little bit in this interview. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you for being such a good sport. We just went through a major tech thing trying to get this going. Maybe also a reflection of our age.
But we here. But we here, and that's
we're,
great.
we're here and we did it.
Right, right.
Billy, you have, as I said, you have impacted millions of people around the world. You created, as I said here in the introduction, one of the biggest fitness crazes of all times, Tae Bo fitness. And of course, leading up to that, what people may not know, you are a 7-time world champion martial arts, champion. You have over 300 career wins. You have 30 gold medals. You were inducted into the Karate Hall of Fame. And that's all to say that you bring a lot of foundation to Tae Bo that you created and that continues to influence people worldwide. You're somebody that never gives up.
Well,
And that's where I want to lead this conversation is that, we of course we're talking to people over 50. You and I are well over 50.
yeah.
And
Well,
one of the beliefs in our demographic is that it's too late to either get fit or stay fit. That, really we're on the downslope versus taking charge of some of the best time in our life. What I want you to talk to here today is how do we convince people who are either out of shape, who are just hopeless about ever getting in shape again? How do we get them off the couch, Billy?
well, I think first, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on the show. I really appreciate it. This would be my, I think, a third, fourth time on the show, and I just thank you every time you have something like this. You always invite me in. I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity. I always say, first of all, I always say you can't make anybody do anything. And so my goal is in fitness or anything that I do in life. First of all, I don't tell people what to believe in, what they should do. But when you ask me a question, how do I get up and how do I do the things that I do? Is first, I believe in God. I believe there's a God inside of me. He gives me power and strength to overcome obstacles. Because there's days in my life, the natural person, the person who wants to go without God can say, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to. You give up. You just want to give up. Well, I always tell people, if you base your life on how you feel, then you probably will never do anything. And I always tell people, you have a will and you have a mind. If you take your mind, you take your will, you tap into what God has in store for you in your life will never get boring. You'll never get old. You'll never say, I'm too old. Might as well just lay down and rest. That wouldn't even be in your conversation. That wouldn't even, I believe that would not be in a person's conversation if they was to realize how much power and authority that they have over their life.
Yeah, no,
And
exactly, exactly. You had a huge impact on my life when I was 40. I was completely out of shape. I was in a bad marriage. I had gained almost 40 pounds. And then I saw that infomercial and
well, thank you, thank you.
that where you sold what, over 200 million copies, matter of fact.
Well, actually, it sold over 115 million copies of those tapes.
Yeah,
And I always tell people, when those tapes came out, when Tae Bo came out, the letter T in Tae Bo, I have two meanings for Tae Bo now, right? The letter T stands for total. The letter A stands for awareness. The letter E stands for excellent. The letter B stands for body. The letter O stands for obedience. Then I took it to a different stage because we into a different generation of people. So I say the letter T stands for take. The letter A, action. The letter E, execute. The letter B, bodyguard. Why? Why do I need to be a bodyguard? Well, think of a bodyguard, person who bodyguards people's lives. They take people who are in safe places or in bad places and they keep them safe. Well, B for me is I gotta take it. I gotta become a bodyguard of my body, a bodyguard of my mind, a bodyguard of my will. And if I can do all those things, then I'm gonna be able to overcome. And the letter O stands for overcome, overcoming obstacles. So take action, execute, believe, and overcome the obstacle that's before you.
No, I love it. And that really leads me into my second point, which I think one of the reasons why Tae Bo was such a craze, still is. I mean, you still have following all over the world.
Right.
You have a YouTube channel, which we'll link to and talk about as well. But there's something about the movement of Tae Bo, and that's why I'm hoping to inspire some others, maybe listening to this, or just spark just the punching, the hitting, the kicking. You're bringing power into your body that you may never have experienced.
I think what people do is when you start to get out there and you put on some boxing gloves or you just put your fists up and you go like that, I believe that instinct inside of you, everybody has that warrior instinct. So I think you start to unleash the warrior. And when you start to unleash the warrior and you see out of your own eyes that you can achieve things, then all of a sudden you start to take on a different personality about how you take on your day. And I always tell, especially the women, because I'm working out with a lot of women as well as men. But when I'm talking to the women, I always say, hey, let the warrior come out. Because as a mom or as a female who's taking care of their lives by themselves, you got to be that warrior. Because every day you get up out of bed, it's like being in a 12-round fight. And when you're a fighter and you're in a 12-round fight, you're always thinking about how to defend yourself, how to make yourself better, how to improve yourself so you can get through that fight and do well. Come out on the other side as the victorious person. So I always tell people when you get into Tae Bo tells you one thing. If you got a mind, you got a will, then Tae Bo's for you. But if you don't have a mind and you don't have a will and you don't want to work it, then I always tell people, don't get Tae Bo, but Tae Bo asks you. Tae Bo asks you for yourself. If you can't give yourself, then you can't give yourself in anything in life. And I always tell people, why not? You ain't got nothing to lose. Why? You can always go back and be what you used to be,
Right.
but give yourself a shot. Take off and give yourself a shot and watch and see what happens.
No, I love it. And for those watching that may have been familiar with Tae Bo, I mean, you are your household name because of that. And those were tough workouts. Those were real tough. You start slow. I mean, you had your Tae Bo basics. Mm-hmm. It's funny watching
You had
this.
the 8-minute workout. You had Tae Bo basics. You had advanced. You had the 30-minute workout. And then you have the instructional workout that gives people a chance to really learn. And what happens to people when they start off in a program, they always, I don't want to do the instructions. I just want to get right to the workout. And I always tell people, when you do something like that, and if you've never done the workout before, when you do something like that, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to go, you might get too sore, you might injure yourself, and then you go, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But if you take your time and go through the instructions, it's just like most men. I believe women don't do this. I believe that women, when they, like if something comes in a package, they read the instructions. Guys don't read the instructions. They just go, okay, let me just try to put it together. And when they put something together, you got bolts out, you got things that's missing, all these different things not put together because they're not reading the instructions. Well, the same thing goes for a type of workout. If you don't go through the instructional workout and you just jump right to the basic or the advanced workout, then you got to know that there's going to be some trip falls.
Well, exactly. Well, and since all this, you have, like I said, you have your YouTube channel now, and you have totally you have all levels, but for our audience, you have 5-minute workouts. Where you can get started.
10-minute workouts. And I say 5-minute workout. Most people say, William, what am I going to get out of a 5-minute workout? I say, what you can get out of a 5-minute workout is self-awareness. The most important thing about a workout is getting that self-awareness and where you can see your level of fitness. You start with 5 minutes and you go, whoa, that was pretty good. Let me add another 5 minutes on it in a couple of weeks or a couple of days. Then the next thing you know, you start to go, whoa, 5 minutes, 10 minutes is easy. Let me add another. Next thing you know, you into the 15-minute workout. And I always tell people, build yourself up. And I think when you do a workout, it's not physically that you have to build yourself up. It's mentally you have to build yourself up. And if you build your confidence up mentally as well as physically, all of a sudden you can start to look at your body and go, oh, wow, I can do that. wow, I can do. Well, you be doing things you never thought you can do. But most people don't even get themselves that chance. They go like this. That looks too hard. How do you know? Have you tried it first? Try it first, but don't try it at the level of where you're trying to be an advanced person. And I think students, I think clients always try to be that advanced student right away. They try to take off right away. I can tell you some people, I'm not going to mention their names, but I can even talk to you because I train a lot of celebrities
Mm-hmm.
and I train a lot of athletes. So when athletes come in to try to take Tae Bo from me, the first, oh, don't worry about it. I'm in good shape. I go, okay. I said, no, take your time. No, no, don't worry about it. And then the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they go, oh my God, that was hard. See, yeah. Well, if you go in there trying to play out the first, we got a 45-minute workout, but you're trying to do all of it in 10 minutes, it's not going to work.
Right, right. No, well, and I know firsthand training. I know I was blessed to work with you directly. About 4 years ago when you did your studio down here, and got to know you even better. And I mean, you just have a talent, as I said, for a gift, whatever you want to call it, to talk to someone and motivate them. And if you're sitting here listening and going, Tae Bo, I could never do this, it's too hard. I want you to demonstrate just how easy it is to just do something that you never thought you could do for 5 minutes. And like Billy said, just have that 5-minute commitment. And
Right.
in your living room, I love your living room setting, which of course you adapted with the COVID thing.
Right.
You adapt, you do. There are no excuses.
No,
You've
I mean,
invited, you've
because
invited
we
us.
all can do it. We all can do this. We just have to want to take time to help ourselves, especially with fitness, because with fitness, the physical body is like a car. If you go out and you buy a car and you don't take it to the mechanic, what do you think gonna happen to the car? It's gonna fall apart. So for me, fitness is a mechanic. I go and I'll find a workout that I like to do, and I'm not gonna try to start off killing myself. I always tell people you might not want to do Tae Bo. Maybe you might want to do Zumba. Well, maybe not. You just want to stretch. But if you take 5 minutes out of the day and you start to do certain exercises, like you can even stretch in your chair. I can sit here and put my arm over the top, stretch this side. I can reach down, grab my toes. If I want to do any kind of cardio exercise, I can do what we call imaginary speed bag, like a boxer does, to help keep their arms in shape. I can punch from the chair. I can do knee lifts from the chair. You can basically do jumping jacks from the chair. You can basically do anything you want to do. And all I tell people to do is take your time.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is take your time. Don't try to be this fast paced. I want to get in shape in 2 days. That's what people do. They try to get in shape in 2 days, and then they get so sore they don't even want to do it anymore. So I always say, no, take your time. Sit down in a chair. I can show you 5 different exercises that you can do, and just within a minute, you're gonna start to see your heart rate go up. And you go, wow. I'm sitting down in the chair, and my heart rate is going boom, boom, boom. Well, that's good. That means you need to get your cardiovascular together. And then if you don't got weights in your house, just grab 2 cans of soup or water bottles and put them in your arms, sit up straight in your chair, and do some shoulder presses. Then some military like seated bench press. Do some curls. You can just about do any triceps from a chair. You can do anything you want to do to help yourself. You just gotta want to do it.
Yeah. Well, you just now you took us through, some stuff. Let's get real specific. Like somebody's listening, men or women, that really, Billy Blanks, I can do this for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
What would you tell them to do that they can
Okay,
do
so
right now?
say we starting off right now, right? If I got everybody sitting down in a chair, they listening to me. I'm gonna push my chair back just a little bit.
You can
I
push
take
back
some
it more if you want to. I have you in frame. If you need to push back more, I have you in frame.
Okay, so let me do that.
Okay, because this is where you film your daily at home workouts here, which I'll link to.
Here?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so say if I'm sitting in a chair, all right? Now, I want to do some jumping jacks. Now, maybe might have knee problems. So I always tell people, get in your chair, sit on the edge of your chair, take your hands here, and just practice. You can do one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you can do both legs. 1, 2. And that's a simple exercise that you can do that'll get your heart rate up. And then I'll say, okay, put your hands up like this. This is called a speed bag, imaginary speed bag. Think of working your triceps. You're going to take your arms around like this. And you do it for 8 seconds. Then I say reverse it. Bring the palms back into your chest. Now you're working your biceps, right? And then I'll say, okay, say if you don't have, I got weights here. But think of these weights as 2 cans of soup. or bottles of water. You can do shoulder presses up here. 2 sets of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down, do biceps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you can do triceps out to the side, single arm, right? Go to the other side. Or put both hands up, double tricep, right? And then drop your waist, your water bottles on the ground, grab your chair, and sit back in your chair and do leg extensions, right? If I want to do single, if I want to do double, I can do double. And then sit back in your chair, lean back against your chair, put your hands up here. This is really good for your stomach. And you lift your knees up. 1, 2, 3. Or single leg, right? Double leg. So you can just about do anything you want to do. You just have to want to do it.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And see, we got our private workout with Billy Blanks for second act.
It's just, I mean, look, that was almost what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and you can hear even at how I work out, you can still, my heart is up, my heart rate goes up that quick.
My heart rate went up just watching you. No, I'm so excited because you had hip. Well, that's the other thing. You had hip replacement surgery 4 years ago.
No, actually 5 years ago. I did it when I was 59 years old.
Yeah.
And I had my left hip replaced. As a young kid, I grew up with a hip, displacement. And I just kind of went through pain throughout my whole martial arts career, sports career. And then eventually, when I went in before I turned 60. It was the day before. And then when I turned 60, I already had the operation.
Yeah.
Was in the hospital for no more than 2 hours. Then they had me get up, walk up and down stairs, walk down the hallway, and they said, "Okay, go home." But every day you get up, Billy, I want you to do a 1 mile walk. So what I did is I walked my daughter to school. My daughter's school was 2 miles away. So every day I got up and I walked my daughter to school and I go back and get her. So I was walking 4 miles a day. And even though I was doing that, I was still staying in really good shape, right? I actually lost weight. Just doing that. And then eventually, about 6 weeks later, the doctor said, "Okay, you can go back and you can start teaching Tae Bo." So I started teaching light Tae Bo. Couldn't do too many kicks yet. He didn't want me to do that yet until the capsule in my hip socket was healing up. When that started to heal up, then he said, and that was going to take about 9 months. So I was still teaching good classes. And when he said, "Billy, you can go ahead, you can kick it back," I went back. He said, you can actually jump off a 10-foot stage and your hip is going to be solid.
Yeah.
And it's been like almost 6 years now, and I'm good.
I can't believe it was 6 years ago because that's what the last few times I actually saw you in person. So
right.
I am so glad we reconnected. I'm so glad you're doing well. I was so excited to see your YouTube channel. Again, we'll link to it. What's so exciting about that is, you have videos just for seniors that I'll link to. You also have every other level, and this is all free. This is YouTube.
Right, on YouTube channel. You can, like you said again. You can go 5 minutes. You can do a 10-minute workout. You can do an 8-minute workout. You can even do a 30-minute workout. The bonus workout, I'll do like a bonus workout giveaway, and it's an hour. And it's just me first, the first 10 minutes of me taking you through instructions, stretching you out. And then after that, we go into a light cardio. Then we do a build-up cardio, and then a max cardio. Then we shut it down into stretching. And then we do a cool down. Then I sit down and I talk to people.
Yeah, no, and that's how I'd like to end the segment. I want you to sit down. That was one of my favorite things in your classes. You worked us out. You kicked our butt.
And that's the goal. It was like you said.
You and me.
I kicked your butt. My goal is to get you to see that you have power. That's the most important thing for me as a coach and a trainer in the workout, is to show people you have authority and you have power. Look what you just did. You didn't even think that you could get through this workout. Even when you were having a bad day, look how much power you put in that workout and look how you got through it. Now, could you imagine if you take that and you add it on to the rest of your life throughout your day? Watch and see what happens to yourself. And that's what I tell people. And I think sometimes people don't get that from enough people. They don't get that kind of encouragement. Right. Because most people want to say this. Most people want to say this after a workout. This is the first thing people say. wow, that was too hard. Oh, that was hard. Instead of them going, you know what? I made it through that workout. And that might be your first day that you tried and you made it through it. Could you imagine if I can make it through one? That means I can go through two, I can go through three, and sooner or later, I can coast it. I can get in there and I know what I'm doing. Then you can kind of play with the workout and get what you want to get out of the workout.
Yeah.
Then you're where you are in fitness. That's the key, is to get to the point where you control your destiny.
Yeah, I love it. Billy, we're just about at the end of the segment here. Close us out. We're at the end of a class. Talk to specifically those of us over 50, 60, 70 that don't believe that we can do it.
Okay. Hey, guys, I want to say to you, thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to tune into your life. I think it's one of the most important things about getting in shape and take care of yourself is knowing that you have the power and authority to do that. Just look, when you get up in the morning, all you need to do is think about how to anchor yourself in. Take your hope and anchor it into another hope that's stronger than yours. And I don't tell people what to believe in, but God is my hope. So I anchor my hope into God's hope. And I want to make my week be a steady week. So if it's Monday, you start off your workout. If it's Tuesday, whatever day it is, take your hope of anchor it into a bigger hope, and then let it carry you through the rest of that week. I guarantee you will see some success in your life. And just remember, nothing good is easy. Nothing good is easy. When you want something and you want to take care of yourself, health-wise, physically-wise, physical-wise, then you got to put the effort. So put forth some effort. Don't give up. Remember, you have the power to do two things: go forward or go backwards. Which one do you want to do? Go forward. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. May God continue to bless you, and just know you have the power to take your life where you need to take it.
Billy, thank you so much. I'm already getting goosebumps again. Tae Bo for me obviously is just it's part of my life. You have people all over the world tune into you every day. I am so blessed to have had you on our channel. I want to have you back more often now that we've reconnected again. So like I said, we will link to all of your information. And I think you'll agree with me in closing, it's never too late to get fit.
That's right. Never too late. And then Silko, thank you for giving this opportunity, guys. Silko gives me this opportunity, not just me, but you too. We get a chance to tune into each other, help each other out. Because, you guys have ideas too. And I guess, if I was you, I would write in and say, hey, you got any things that could help? If you need some help in any type of area in your life, has to do with fitness, don't be scared to ask. You type into her, she'll type into me, and I'll type right back.
You know what? I can't believe I didn't say that. Of course. Please leave us your comments, your questions.
Right.
And Billy will come. Well, we can do this. We can, now that we are connected on Skype, that's a whole other story. Yes, he can answer questions. We can do a show geared just towards what it is that you want to know. So, Billy, again, thank you so very much.
And let me say this one last
thing.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Inside the word question is the word what?
Question. Inside what? I don't know.
Inside the word question, remember this, guys. Inside the word question is the word quest.
Oh, yeah, yes.
So when you don't ask a question in life, that means you cannot finish your quest, your journey in life. Because the word quest means what? Journey. We all going to be going through a journey in life. So sometimes people don't write in, they don't ask questions about how to help themselves be better because they might feel like people might think that's a stupid question. No question to me is stupid. Why? Because the word quest is inside any question. So put on the power and don't quit and don't give up.
I've never heard that before, Billy. That's great. On that note, we will see you next time on Second Act TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Was great having Billy back on Second Act. We hope you enjoyed the segment. If you have an idea for a topic that you'd like to have us cover, please visit our website, secondact.tv. We have a little red suggestion box in the upper right-hand corner of our site. Just click on that, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.